Hi, my name is Rita Grendze and I'm a visual artist. I come from Geneva, Illinois. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I spend most of my time since the pandemic started between my house and my backyard, which is where in our garage I have a home studio. I work mostly, my background is in fiber arts, but I work with a broad range of materials. I often wait for materials to speak to me or in a way to come to me. For example, in this piece, the largest part of the artwork that I'm sharing today is an installation called Belly, and it's made up of grocery bags. So when I first started experimenting with the bags, I was really interested in taking them apart and seeing what I could do with them. I thought about casting them, I thought about using them in a lot of different ways to make something dimensional, but bags already are pretty dimensional, and I really wanted to tap into that metaphor of the empty bag and the belly. So this is the first piece, or the piece that is most like an actual human belly, and it's you see splitting apart. It was originally a wall piece, a relief, and I was really unhappy with it. It really disturbed me, and I didn't want it to be so directly referencing the human body, but more about the feeling of a belly. And you can understand that in a myriad of ways. You know, it can be like a cat's belly that you scratch, that's soft and comforting. It can be, you know, the softness of a parent's belly, someone who's not super physically fit but still is very active and healthy. Or you can also see it as something that's splitting open, you're so hungry. So I wanted to have all those options in there, and I realized pretty early on that I couldn't make just one piece or two piece, but I would have to make a lot of them. So this is the first piece that became this series, that became this installation Belly, and then it morphed into these other bigger pieces that became almost more like rock formations, or they were very dimensional, and it changes, you know, the more I work with the material. So the more I experimented with the bags, I started seeing things in them. So I started actually reading a lot of color theory, and I saw a lot of parallels with, you know, who is hungry. They're mostly brown and dark-skinned people, though not exclusively. And I started thinking a lot about, you know, why is brown always the color of the functional, the utilitarian, the not beautiful? So I started doing some drawings, which are over on the wall on the other side, that I called fading perfume, the idea of a memory that's fading away, whether it's a scent or a taste, and all the things we've lost this year. There's this real sense of loss. But I experimented with the bags, and I started picking up on the fact that, hey, you know, there are these reds or greens on some bags. When someone would give me a stack of bags and they might have a bright green on them as opposed to the red that I was getting from my local grocery store, I found that really exciting. And putting those together in ways that started reminding me of skin, or of almost, I don't want to say tattoos because, you know, I'm not really making a drawing with them, but the kind of pattern that you get when you, as you age, you might bruise more easily, or you might have varicose veins, and your body starts taking on these marks that I think are marks of a life well lived, and a life lived to its fullest. So those started really interesting me, and the more I did that, then I would find parts that I was taking off of the bags that I didn't want to use anymore, and those became these pieces that are more skeletal, because these are all handles. I don't know why I didn't throw them away, but I don't like to throw materials away. I like the idea of exploring a material and using it as much as you can, every bit of it as much as you can. I think it's better for the planet, it's better for my budget. It also pushes me creatively and helps me really stretch the way that I look at art, rather than just, you know, fine art materials like thread or paint or paper or canvas. It really helps me to grow as an artist, and hopefully it's also helping me to grow as a person, to see beyond my own comfort level and look at what's happening around me and maybe do something about it. So one of the things that was really important to me, that has been important to me for a long time, is not just to think about these issues like hunger and aging, but to do something about them. So I was thrilled when Artlink offered to arrange a partnership with Forward Indiana to have a food drive throughout the duration of the exhibition. So throughout the time that this work is on display, you can come to Artlink, view the work, and you can leave some food that will be distributed to the food pantries that are all around Fort Wayne. They've been provided by Forward Indiana, and they even have artists paint them, so they're beautiful and they're in the community. And Forward Indiana really believes in solidarity, not charity. They're doing a lot to really help those that need it the most here in Fort Wayne. So for the first week, May 13th to 16th, they're asking for ready-to-eat items like granola or beef jerky. From May 20th to 23rd, they're asking for breakfast items like cereal and powdered milk. The third week, the 27th to 30th of May, microwave foods like ramen and macaroni and cheese. And for the final week of June 3rd to 6th, they're looking for hygiene items like toothbrushes, soaps, and feminine hygiene, things like that. So if you can contribute, that's wonderful. It'll go right to the people that need it the most, and I'm really grateful for anything that you can do to help.